Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a good morning and, for that matter, a great day. Today, I'm going to play some Paladins. The new patch came out a little while ago, like about a day or two ago. Um, it's a pretty interesting change. They added a bunch of stuff, changed a bunch of stuff. So, I'm going to play the new character, see how the game is, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Here's a big different change. They added in the daily reward store again. That's a new thing. It didn't used to be in the game. They removed it after a while and now they've added it back, which is very nice. I like that. Here's the new character. Her name's Betty Bomba, if it ever loads in. There she is. She's a damage character. She has a grenade launcher, which, what's the numbers on it? After 2 seconds, she shoots out a explosive bouncing bomb. After 2 seconds, will explode, dealing 510 damage in a small area. If the grenade hits a direct, it deals 600, and, has a larger area of effect when hitting enemies directly, which is kind of, I didn't know that, but that's kind of cool. It rewards you for hitting directs. Then she has a cluster bomb, which I wish worked more like seedlings on Willow. It works like a hybrid of seedlings on Willow and other abilities where you have to hit them, but once you hit them, it will spawn more grenades based on the amount of people it hit, which is pretty interesting and pretty weird. And then she has Hail of Bombs, which sort of just locks down a certain area, dealing a pretty reasonable amount of damage. I've learned to respect it more as time has gone on. And then she has Explosive Personality, by far her best ability. She has a very great movement, a triple blast that deals 300 per damage per hit. It typically doesn't do that much damage, but it's more for the utility of it knocks you pretty far and you're able to like do it 3 times, so it like really adds up. And then she has her ult, which is just a projectile, which is very buggy. You want to actually shoot the projectile. It's very buggy if you don't. So yeah, she's pretty cool, pretty fun. I enjoy her. I know that there are a lot of people out there who don't necessarily, they're not like a huge fan of her, mainly due to the fact that she's, her damage is kind of weird. She has a less consistent damage than most. Let's see if we can get a frontline to play. A huge different change, because of the COT changes, everyone's sort of been refusing to play frontline. Like, I get it, frontlines have sort of been shadow nerfed by the whole fact that there's no frontline, like, that COT's better, but it's still a bit, like, concerning to me that they've more or less, because of the buff of COT, everything's sort of leaned towards more of a damage-centric meta, where you want to bring 5 damage characters and just go ham, or like a healer damage and then 2 damages and 2 flanks, which is just, I don't like that style of gameplay. I like the 2 tanks meta. I think that's better and more healthy for the game in the long term, but you can't control people's actions. It's one of those, either people are going to do one or the other, where they all bring tanks or they all bring damage, and it's a fine line, especially with Cauterize making it the way it is. Good thing is that COT stacking is no longer a big issue. The card set I'm running on her is pretty interesting. Increases areas of explosions, healing when using your F, which I said you can use 3 times, which more or less heals you a bunch, reducing your F when you use your Q, increased health, and increased reduction on right click when hitting with left click. She's also a character who really needs deft hands. Like, insanely needs deft hands. She's like Buck, and how she has to fully reload every single ammo she expends. So that's kind of annoying that you're forced to buy an item. I also like buying life rip on her. She can have other items as well. I just think life rip and having like a bit of damage and healing is nice. I hear a Buck somewhere. Is he underneath? Oh no, that's the Ash. Only I would mistake Buck and Ash. Her talents are explosive personality, gotta bounce, and hail of something. One buffs your hail, one buffs your jump, and one buffs your DPS in general. The DPS buff one is typically what everyone runs. It's kind of hard to tell because currently there's no visual indicator on the afterburn for the enemy. So the enemy can't tell when they're being afterburned, which is kind of annoying. In my opinion, I think they should change that. Like, that Buck didn't know he was going to die from afterburn other than the fact that he got hit by a Betty and he had to assume. And he could see his health was draining, but that's about it. The interesting thing with Betty is she struggles at both being very far away and very like up close. She's more of an she's very much more of a like medium range damage character, far enough that she can see her enemies and aim properly. Her weapon has a weird arc to it, so that also makes things a bit more difficult. But she's an interesting character. I don't feel like, unlike similar to 7, I feel like they made her a bit, more situational and not as strong as necessarily other damages because of their fear of Azan being too good. It's just very annoying that you really struggle at shooting an enemy, just shooting them. Like, you don't have necessarily the power and withdrawal to just, if someone's in front of you, your likelihood of killing them is surprisingly not that high. I mean, you'd have to like actually make a very conscious effort to going, hey, I'm gonna kill you. That's my main goal. That Saudi kill would have been mine, but she has some pretty weird cards in my opinion, some pretty interesting ones, and some pretty like, what the hell? Why? And then some that I feel like are insanely situational. That's Saudi. Some of her situational cards are like, increase the time it takes for your bombs to explode when not hitting a direct. Like, just turn on God mode. Why? Why not just like do the opposite? Personally, I want my bombs to explode faster. There are many situations where that bomb's just lingering for way too long and just needs to detonate. But I guess it makes more of a hassle for the enemy or something. It'd be different if it was only, the Hail of Bombs ability where you're like, you throw down your Q and it thoroughly locks down an area for a set number of time. but it's not as simple. But yeah, I feel like she struggles from the issue of she's not very easy to learn, right? Like, you're forced to learn her. You're not just allowed to shoot your enemy, just pull out your gun and shoot them. It's more like, okay, you have to know the arc, know where your bomb's gonna land, know how fast the bombs travel. And it's not like other projectile characters where they're fairly slow. They're like, she's like Bomb King. And like fittingly like Bomb King. Her ult is pretty decent, but also at the same right, pretty situational. It's good occasionally. I've had many experiences where it's been a huge help and guaranteed me like up to 3 kills, but then I've also had the exact opposite experience where it's done nothing. Her ult's projectile is very inconsistent. It doesn't hit things. You have to like aim it on this. It's like Inara. You have to aim it on the same like location, and even then it's like it only works some of the time and inconsistent at best. But that's typically the opposite of what you want for an ult, but you know, not a big deal. It's not like the ult makes up the entire character or anything. I know I've been critiquing her quite a lot, but like, I honestly think she's very fun. Even though she may not be the best situationally, she's very fun. She's like an honest comparison to a game that I know is not necessarily the best to compare to. She's very similar to a Junkrat from Overwatch, where they don't find themselves being the best character in the game, but I feel like that's an ample comparison in this scenario. Very situational, but good. You know, could you bring someone who does the job better? Yeah, I'm sure you could. A Kinessa. And Octavia. Insert character here who just shoots people. Because I feel like that's her biggest issue, is she just doesn't just shoot people, I almost blocked her off the point. Don't worry guys, I'm capping. But yeah, she's a pretty alright character. I like her. She's not like Seven, who has a huge issue with his like kit feeling incongruent. It just doesn't feel like it works. As you can see, her stats are pretty alright. She's not a god tier character. I like her, but she's not like, I've gotten all the way up to like 16 to 20 kills in a game, but I play Vora one game and I can get 16 to 20 kills in an average game. So it's a bit inconsistent at best. She's fun, yes, but So my other opinion on this patch is about the battle pass. Oh, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Enemy team, no front line. I don't like it. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. I don't like it. But about the battle pass, I like it. I think it's pretty good. I have no complaints. This sky skin is one of my favorite sky skins, just because her voice is pretty nice. She's not overly sexualized. Like, she's not overly sexualized by any means. Unlike a lot of other other sky skins especially, they get very over sexualized. Oh, that's the new cot counter. It's pretty alright. I mean, it does its job. It is nice to see. It is also good to know that when you're at 4 points, cot's almost capped. Like, at 90. Which is insane information because, you know, otherwise you would have no idea when cot caps. In this case, cop caps around, you know, the 4 mark, which is pretty reasonable. I think that's a good time for cot to cap, but, you know, in a game that you can stall out very easily, I feel like cot now sort of supports this over-aggressive meta of playing all DPS, no healer. There's Zen, and there's... no, it's Bomb Queen. I'm screwed. Yeah, no, I wasn't getting out of there. I need higher nimble. But I do really like Betty La Bomba. I think she's a fun character, and I think she has a fun personality. I also really like the Battle Pass. I don't really like find it the best. You know, it's not the best Battle Pass by any means.
Thanks for the healing.
I'm surprised I got that. Let's see how many I get with this. None. Oh, 1 actually. Betty. Sucks to be her, I guess. I'm not necessarily the best Sky ult user in the world. I find her ult kinda hard to use, but mainly just due to the fact that it follows the same issue that a lot of characters in this have, where if you get a slight bit of elevation, it just destroys ult. Just find the nearest table and stand on top of it, and nothing can kill you. Which is, yeah. I really like this new update. It isn't as big as the last update. I acknowledge that. But also, I just like the character. I like the feel a bit more. The academic battle pass was nice, but the music that they used kind of got repetitive after a while. So that's one thing Bai was very happy about going, was 100% the, like, she's a fine, you know, singer and all that. Amelia, pretty decent singer. She sings pretty well. I like some of her covers of stuff, but it's also like, it's like the first time they've had a song be played. It gets pretty repetitive after a while. You know, it's one of those, you either really love it or you are not a fan. Remember, he still has that move. Ah, he has Corvus Mark. That's what it is. I'm like, what's always healing him when he exactly goes in? It's Corvus. I mean, they do have a Corvus Grok, so pretty reasonable. Did I hit him with any of those? I thought I did, but it didn't look like it overall. That one I did. Got you, homie. Okay, remember Buck doesn't have leap, at least right now. Not right now. So if he ever goes out from the trees, it doesn't matter. It's a good game. A pretty simple, you know, win. I really do like this Sky skin. I like that it doesn't like, she feels like a different character. The Cassie one, I'm happy Cassie got a skin. Even if I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of it. And Khan's Khan. I don't play Khan that often, so it doesn't impact me. I think Ray got some necessary changes this patch. Her ult no longer makes her damage immune. Instead, it makes you damage resistant. About 50%. It feels pretty reasonable. It feels really nice to be the enemy of Ray, in which it feels great because then you can't, you know, necessarily be, you can't just have all your damage that you were pumping into her just disappear in an instant. But yeah. Pink Clan apparently. I think that this new patch, pretty reasonable. I really like it, you know? I think it's fun. I think it's enjoyable. I don't think that there's necessarily anything wrong. I didn't think they made any crippling mistakes. I like all the new changes. I like that they added in the login, daily login back in. I like Betty as a character. I think she's very fun. She could be a bit stronger. They could buff her here and there, but after the buff she got from the PTS, I feel like she's pretty balanced. Maybe a bit weak, but you can't have them all be insanely strong characters. I'm a huge fan of playing Io. I really am. I think that she's one of my favorite characters in any hero-based shooter I've ever played. Maybe good or bad. You know, I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing. It's getting hectic. I do think that she's got some weird underlying interesting factors that definitely play a role into why I like her so much. I don't think it's any spoiler to anyone that I am a very aggressive healer, and she sort of supports a very aggressive healer playstyle. But yeah, she's very fun. I really do like her a lot, but she has her downsides. Her healing limit and cauterize, making her irrelevant, is two very big factors into why I think she may be one of the stronger healers in the game, but that doesn't change. Like, that doesn't matter if you can't heal anyone when the game lasts longer than 5 minutes. Where'd she go? There's term's getting low. Land some hits, heal term. Jump. Interesting alts. I'm playing too aggressive. This guy is keeping me alive. I just needed my team to push up with me. Term was too aggressive. Maybe either Term needed to fall back more if we needed to push more. I can't tell. It's too early to say which was the case. We can't break through now, then it's obvious what the answer was, but their ROM's playing very interestingly. Not necessarily the best ROM play I would ever give him that title, but I need to help our... Now, our Betty is pushing up a little too far, in my opinion. She's a bit over-aggressive, and that's fine. Can't get anything done if you're too reserved. That flank. Ugh, I'm dying too much. I need to be more aware of my surroundings, I suppose. Played a bit more to the left. Whatever. Failed push. Not the end of the world. I don't know whether to play more on the right or left. I'm gonna try right, but either way, it really depends on where the sky is. I heard sky on right, so I'm gonna move a bit more to the left. Does help that my term. Okay, that's two bad losses. Maybe this Kinessa can snipe a couple people, make it even. I'm too low, I'm too low, I'm too low. Try to get some heals in on myself. We are playing a bit more reserved. Not like that's a bad thing. We're playing a bit safe. It's just that can lead to bad things later if we can't push up hard enough.
Enemies behind us. Attack! Thanks. You are pretty cool.
I was worried that that was going to be aimed at me. I tried to jump over it, but it seems that it wasn't aimed at me and I'm fine. Trying to shoot through your ally. A pretty interesting experience. There's Sky, there's you, Term's a bit low. Well, that sucks. I don't know if that actually got him off the edge or not. It did! Ah, yeah! Okay, okay. Okay. That ult was very clutch on my part. I don't know if I would have been able to survive otherwise. Io's ult can both be a good thing and a pretty mediocre thing. It's very situational. More situational than she is, which sucks. Because, you know, sometimes I really wish she just had a better ult. My Luna is getting really low. Perhaps it's because they have one of the most area damagey characters in the game, but specifically designed to kill deployables very much. So. Ah, he missed it. That sucks for them. Very good for us. That could have been life ending for our term, which it would have been very bad. I almost have ult again. Kinessa is concerned about the enemies behind us. That's bad. We'll have to regroup and try to repush unless they can inch it out, which I don't think they can. Alright, we lost this push. By the way, if you're one of these Bettys who constantly talks non-stop, like, about how her team isn't supporting her enough, she's not the problem, you're the problem, in most of those scenarios, you're actually the problem. I don't know what to tell you. Like, in this scenario where you're complaining about not receiving enough healing when you're feeding most of the time, when you're in the enemy backline by the time that I'm not even near you, I don't really feel like that's my problem. But that's my thought on the matter. I'm going to try to play more to the left here, see how that works out in my favor. Of course, the sky immediately tries to do stuff about that. Ah, bad timing, bad timing. I was surprised they even survived the Victor ult, to be honest. They're being hyper aggressive into our backline. We're not gonna survive this one for too long. Term? No, Dad. Sky's on point. I could try and help her out. Our Kinessa's being bullied in our backline, but there's not much I can do with that. Sky, you're a legend and all, but I can't.
Enemies behind us.
I guess I could help this. Are you guys really? Come on, guys. I know you can push this. Okay, whatever. She's really mad about my healing. I don't feel like I'm doing that poorly. But it is hard to tell from her perspective. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's not intending to be horribly toxic. But it's definitely a close game. Meaning I was gonna do horror. Yeah. Dude, I love dealing 15 healing a second. Pot's at 90% if you can't tell. Oh no, I aimed high enough. Big gun. Okay. That was a shame that I didn't heal that Sky there, but can't heal them all, you know? Oh, Sky. But my healing is so low. 90% caught, as you can see. I don't know how useful this Kinessa is. But it's starting to feel like I don't even know whether healing Sky is honestly worth it, because it might honestly be worse off for her. Because healing Sky might actually, you know, reveal her location, which might actually screw her over more than just leaving her at low HP. Well, it's gonna be a close one. That's for sure. 3-3 overtime. Gotta love it. Okay. We got this. I believe in us. If we don't take any major hits, we can hold this one out.
How does that feel?
Term's okay. Term is okay. I have to keep telling myself that so I don't hardcore focus on healing Term when he's actually okay. Ooh, she popped all. Nasty change. Nasty change of situation. Okay, we're doing really well. We got this. Dodge that.
Time's ticking.
Shame, shame, shame. Did we kill her? Yes, we did. That's great.
On my way. I'll catch up.
Heal you. Does he have ult? No, he doesn't.
Can't give up.
Ah! She shot a... Or no, he threw a grenade at me. Of course he did. Shame. Ooh, it's a close game, close game. He has ult. He's popping it, of course, of course. Gotta get in there, gotta get in there. Why are you guys focusing on what's in our backline instead of what's on the point?
I'm looking a little grim. Thanks, dog.
Gotta focus, heal, heal, heal. Ah, that dude, that's a shame.
Enemies on the
96%. We're not even... Okay, we're building overtime now.
On my way. On my way.
Damn, 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 damn. 8 seconds.
Take care.
How are we doing? How are we doing? Sky? Sky? Who has ult? Betty has ult. I doubt she's gonna pop it. Term's dead. Oh. This is gonna be a stall fest. She's ulting. You gonna hit anyone with that, Betty?
I got these for you.
Got healed Sky. Luna's fine. Killed her. That's a good kill. Okay, okay, okay. We did it. Sweaty game, sweaty game. Oh my. But that's a good one to end it on. Like, honestly? How'd everyone do? Good heal. Oh my. Really good healing for me. Okay kills on Betty. Not really. High deaths. She was kind of feeding a lot, but Sky did really well. That's a GG, well played. But yeah. That's definitely a good one to call it. Well guys, that was Paladins. I really like the new patch. I think it's pretty alright, pretty decent. I can't wait to see the next stuff they're planning to add, and I can't wait to just grind out the current content that's in the game with the trials and stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye!